The new Robbie Williams biopic Better Man is apparently a fantastic movie, but what if I told you it's one of the biggest box office bombs of all time? It's a shame that this movie didn't work out, but I could have predicted this a long time ago. Let's talk about this. What's up guys, Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more pop culture content in your feed. Let's get into it. Okay, so I am acutely aware that the majority of my audience on YouTube is actually American. So I'm really curious how many Americans actually know who Robbie Williams is.
What the hell is that?
Robbie Williams is a British singer who was originally part of a boy band called Take That, and he then went solo and had an extremely successful career, at least in the UK and definitely in Australia. Like, everyone in Australia knows who Robbie Williams is. He is huge here. But I actually remember reading like a Reddit thread once about like celebrities that Americans didn't know, and Robbie Williams was like top of the list. Like, I think just he never really made it in that market. Like, he was really big in the UK and Australia, but just never got big in the USA.
I do not know that guy.
And I think this sometimes happens. Like, I don't know how true this is, but I have heard that Pink, who is an American artist and is massive here in Australia, actually isn't that big in the US. Like, it's just funny how different artists can become really big in certain markets, but not in others. Like, you would think Robbie Williams would make it huge in America, but he just kind of didn't. Side note, if you are American and you know Robbie Williams, definitely leave a comment below now. So this new biopic Better Man, I have heard so many good things about it, but then I looked at the box office numbers. A budget of $110 million, but a box office return of 15.6. Now, you don't have to be a mathematician to know that that is a huge loss. And it's no discredit to Robbie Williams himself. Like, this guy's music is pretty good. Like, check out songs like Let Me Entertain You, the title song Better Man. Rock DJ is an absolute classic. And Robbie Williams is so big here that not only did he perform at the AFL Grand Final a few years ago, but to help promote this film in Melbourne, he actually did a free concert at Federation Square right in the middle of the Melbourne city, in which the entire area filled up instantly. Like, it was overwhelming how many people came to see him.
It's a narcissist dream. It's all about me. I wrote the songs, I said the words, I lived the life.
So are the Aussies and the Brits not enough to generate $100 million of box office? I guess so. Like, wiping out the US as a market for box office return automatically slashes it, and then I guess just not enough people went to see this movie. And I suppose Robbie Williams doesn't have the same kind of appeal as like Freddie Mercury for Bohemian Rhapsody or Bob Dylan in the new A Complete Unknown biopic. So despite it being a good movie by all accounts, it just wasn't enough to draw enough people in to see the movie. I hazard a guess that that is actually why I guess the twist of the movie comes in which for the entire film, Robbie Williams is in fact a monkey.
Portrayed in the movie by a CGI monkey.
Yes, if you haven't seen anything about this movie, Robbie Williams is like a CGI monkey throughout the whole film. Like, everyone else is a human, but Robbie Williams is a monkey. I kind of feel like the reason behind that was sort of like, hey, no one is going to see this movie. We have to have something that kind of draws people into it. And the solution was to make him a CGI monkey, which I guess is really novel and weird and wacky, but it clearly didn't work.
I hate every ape I see, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
And the music biopic has been such a big thing in the last 5 or 6 years. As I mentioned, there was Bohemian Rhapsody, there was Rocket Man, there was even Weird Al Yankovic. But then I suppose just some artists aren't big enough to like have global hits with this kind of thing. I've said it before, one of my most viewed videos on my channel is about Pharrell Williams' Lego Movie biopic. I just predicted that 1, Pharrell wasn't big enough for people to come and see it, and 2, doing it as Lego, which feels like the same kind of novelty as the monkey thing, was not a good idea. Sure enough, I was right. Both of these films were box office bombs, but hey, criticize me all you want in the comments. I guess this is how these things kind of normally work. Like, Bohemian Rhapsody was such a big film, and then all of these kind of copycat films try to spearhead off that success, even like the Elvis Presley movie. But eventually, like, the market kind of becomes saturated, and there's kind of like slim pickings for who's next. And that's why you end up with movies like this that by all accounts are great films, but just do not succeed at the box office. It is a huge shame, and it's really disappointing because, like, I respect Robbie Williams as an artist, but I do think people forget that movies are commercial. Like, the idea of a film is Yes, to entertain you, but also someone is supposed to make money off that film. So having a loss of $85 million, man, the things I would do with that amount of money, is obviously not a good or positive thing for anyone, which means that less people will take on the risk of projects like this, which means that this kind of style of movie will begin to fade out again. At the end of the day, I really want to watch this movie because I've heard good things about it. But unfortunately, this one just didn't have the global appeal that a bunch of other movies in the genre did. Whew, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more pop culture content in your feed. Comment below, have you seen it? Did you like it? What did you think? Have you not seen it? Do you know who Robbie Williams is? Let me know down in the comments. Have you even heard of this movie? If you have nothing to say, but you want to help me out in the algorithm, just comment below, better man. That way I know you're here and you're watching. I am all over the internet doing dumb stuff that I think is cool. I have a blog, I have a podcast. Make sure you check them out in my links below. YouTube thinks you might like this video next, so definitely try and check that one out. Plus there's a bunch of other videos there, but that's pretty much it from me for now. My name's Radio Mike. This has been the inside of my mind. I'll catch you later.